Warning. Archangel Michael says, the heavens are alerting you to a situation so urgent that you cannot delay. Jesus himself is commanding you to open this message immediately, for the next 15 minutes are critical. Every second that passes without your attention risks consequences that cannot be undone. This is not a message to ignore, not a story or a parable, but the voice of God calling directly to you. Do not scroll past, do not delay, do not think for a moment that someone else will protect you. Jesus is sending this personally because he knows the forces aligned against you, and only your immediate attention can shield you from harm. The moment you read this, understand that Archangel Michael is standing right beside you, his sword of light raised, ready to cut away the darkness that is approaching. He is not here to threaten you but to alert you. He is crying out because there is a danger that has been set in motion against you by unseen hands, by people you may have trusted, by those whose intentions are hidden even from your closest perception. Michael says, do not hesitate. Do not argue with the timing. God himself has counted the seconds, and your protection depends on this moment. Jesus is saying, someone who has positioned themselves close to you has been plotting something dangerous. Their actions are silent, their moves hidden, but they are now reaching the point of execution. If you delay opening this message, if you wait another hour, another day, the consequences will be immediate and irreversible. This is why the 15-minute warning is not arbitrary. It is divine timing. It is your only window to act with God's guidance. Archangel Michael warns that your spiritual senses are being blocked by forces that feed on hesitation. They whisper lies, it is too late, it is nothing, you are overreacting. These are lies from the enemy, designed to keep you from listening to God. Do not succumb to them. Instead, focus on the voice of Jesus inside you, the heartbeat of God that knows every danger, that sees every betrayal, that anticipates every step of the plan set against you. There is someone in your life right now who has been pretending to care, pretending to love, pretending to honor you, but their heart carries deception. Jesus says, the time of hiding is over. The truth must come to light. I am revealing what has been kept secret so that my child may be safe. Archangel Michael is emphasizing, this is not a rumor, this is not speculation. The spiritual realm has confirmed it. You are being watched, protected, and alerted, and this alert is your shield. Do you feel that chill in your spirit? That sudden tightening in your chest? That is Michael's presence. He is urging you to act, to obey, to trust. He is preparing you for a revelation that will shock your human mind but will align perfectly with God's plan. Jesus says, do not fear what you see. Fear only the delay of obedience. Every moment wasted allows the enemy to move closer. Every hesitation gives ground to what should never reach your doorstep. The person in question is not random. Jesus is showing that this is someone whose actions are calculated, someone whose motives are hidden in shadows, someone whose next step could alter the course of your life. Archangel Michael's sword of protection is ready, but it requires your acknowledgement, your attention, your immediate faith. Without your engagement, the sword cannot strike. This is why you are commanded to open this message before the 15 minutes expire. Jesus is saying, I am with you. I see what others cannot. I am revealing this not to frighten you, but to arm you with the truth. You are my child, and no plan of the enemy will succeed unless you disobey my instruction. You have the power to activate your protection through obedience. Hear me now, act immediately, call upon my name, and open your eyes to what I am revealing. Michael is revealing the location of danger. It is not far from you. It is close, very close, closer than you might think. The spiritual alert is not symbolic, it is literal. Something is about to happen in your environment, something that could affect your home, your work, your family, your life. The timing is precise. Jesus says, do not wait for the event to unfold. The moment of prevention is now. Obey this message, for your life is in the balance. You may feel confusion. You may wonder, why me? Why now? Jesus answers, because I chose you. Because I know your heart. Because your faith, your trust, your obedience will activate the protection I am sending. Do not doubt the urgency. Do not question the warning. Listen and act immediately. Archangel Michael is crying loudly because time is running out. He is not usually in this intensity, but he has come personally to make sure you understand the severity. He says, you have exactly 15 minutes to take action. Do not waste even 1 second. Your attention now will save what is precious, will shield what is vulnerable, will reveal the truth that must be exposed. The enemy works in layers. They are not visible to your eyes, but their plan is layered with lies, distractions, and false assurances. If you wait, you will become entangled. If you act immediately, the layers will collapse before they can harm you. Jesus says, I am the light. I am the truth. I am the way. Walk in me now. Walk in obedience. Do not delay. Michael is now showing a vision of the person responsible. You may recognize them, or you may have felt unease around them but dismissed it. The warning is now clear. They have been planning an action that will strike unexpectedly. Jesus is revealing this so that you may protect yourself, so that you may intervene before harm reaches your doorstep. The urgency is not overstatement. This is divine orchestration. Every word, every second, every heartbeat counts. Michael's wings are extended, ready to shield you, but he cannot fully act until you acknowledge the alert. Your faith and obedience are the triggers. Jesus says, your eyes must see, your ears must hear, your hands must act. This is not symbolic. This is not metaphor. This is real, and it is now. Do not underestimate the power of prayer at this moment. A short prayer invoking Jesus' name, combined with immediate attention to this message, will create a spiritual barrier. Michael says, even 1 second of delay can weaken the shield. Obedience now creates protection that will last beyond what you can imagine. You may feel doubt creeping in, maybe it's nothing, maybe I overreacted. Jesus answers, this is exactly the voice of distraction I warned you about. Ignore it. Focus on me. Focus on my instructions. Focus on the urgency. The enemy wants you to doubt. The enemy wants you to delay. The enemy wants you to miss your window of protection. Warning. Archangel Michael is standing right now with his sword drawn, his eyes blazing with urgency, as if the very air around you has become heavy with divine tension. Michael's voice is not a whisper but a command from heaven itself, open this now. You do not have the luxury of waiting. Something catastrophic is about to unfold in your life, something that will shake you to your very core, and only by opening this message within the next 15 minutes can you be shielded from the full force of it. Jesus himself is looking upon you with intensity that cannot be ignored, his presence filling the room, pressing down upon your heart. He is speaking directly to your soul, bypassing your mind's hesitation and doubt. I command you. Open this immediately. Do not delay. The fate of your heart, your family, and your future depends on this. Those who ignore my words at this hour face trials that could have been prevented if they simply trusted me and acted with faith. This is not an ordinary warning. The heavenly realms have gathered around you, angels, archangels, and messengers of light, because the darkness is approaching with a strategy so subtle yet so devastating that only divine intervention can shield you. Michael's wings beat like the wings of 1,000 eagles, shaking the very fabric of your space as he declares, the enemy is moving in ways you cannot yet perceive, but I see it. I know it. And I will not allow this to happen if you obey now. You must understand, this is not just a message of fear, it is a call to action. Jesus is commanding it. Time is a living thing right now, bending and stretching with every heartbeat you delay. In these next 15 minutes, miracles can manifest, protection can be solidified, and paths that seemed blocked can open with a flood of light. But if you hesitate, the window will close, and what comes next will strike with a force that cannot be mitigated by your strength alone. Hear this, someone very close to you, perhaps a family member, a friend, or even someone you trusted without question, is moving against you, but not with evil that is obvious. The danger is subtle, hidden beneath smiles, beneath words that seem kind. But the spiritual realm has revealed their intentions, and Archangel Michael has been dispatched specifically to intervene, but only with your cooperation. Open this now, he shouts. Do not give them the advantage. Every second counts. Every delay empowers the darkness, but obedience empowers heaven. Jesus is standing by, his hand extended, his light piercing every shadow in your life. He is saying, I have given you the gift of discernment, the gift of awareness. Do not ignore it. You must open this message and act according to the guidance I am sending you. Those who delay at times like this invite calamity. But those who move with faith and urgency receive protection, provision, and revelation that will stun their enemies and elevate their souls. You may feel fear rising, trembling at the edges of your mind, wondering if this is real, wondering if you are imagining the weight pressing down on your chest. Let me assure you, it is real. The heaviness, the urgency, the pressure you feel is the touch of God Himself and the wings of Michael brushing against your life, warning you that the next moments are critical. You are about to be shown truths that will seem impossible, truths about people you thought you knew, truths about situations you assumed were safe, and even truths about yourself that you have never fully acknowledged. But do not shrink away. Jesus says, I am with you. Nothing can harm you if you obey my instructions now. Open this, trust me, and let the angels carry you through what is coming. You are my child, and I do not abandon my own. Archangel Michael continues, his sword flashing like lightning. There are forces aligned against you tonight, forces that have tried for months, even years, to infiltrate your life and steal your peace. But I have been sent to guard you. I have been sent to strike before they can act. But my hands are not free. Your obedience unlocks the protection. Your hesitation allows the enemy to gain ground. I do not threaten lightly. Open this message immediately, and I will stand as your shield. Delay, and you risk consequences that cannot be undone by your own strength. This is not a test of courage, it is a test of faith. Jesus is calling, not just to your mind, but to your spirit. He is saying, do not let doubt rule over you. Do not let hesitation cloud your actions. Every second you waste could be a second too late. Trust in me, trust in my angels, and act as I command. The heavenly hosts are gathered around you now, invisible to your eyes but very real. Their presence is electric, vibrating through the room, and you feel it as a pressure in your chest, in your throat, in the center of your mind. You cannot ignore it, and you must not ignore it. Every heartbeat is a divine countdown. Every tick of the clock is a reminder that time is short, and the window for salvation, intervention, and revelation is slipping. Archangel Michael whispers now, softer but still urgent, I have seen what is coming. I have observed the plans, the schemes, the traps set for you. I know where they will strike, and I know how they will try to deceive you. But if you act now, if you open this message as commanded, I can intercept. I can redirect. I can shatter the plans before they touch you. But hesitation is fatal. Obedience is life. You may feel confusion or doubt, wondering what exactly must be done. The answer is simple: obey. Open this now. Trust the guidance that flows immediately. Jesus and Michael are not sending you on a wild chase. They are giving you direct instructions for your immediate protection. Your life, your future, your spiritual integrity, and even the well-being of those you love are intertwined with this action. The presence of God is overwhelming in this very moment. He is not distant. He is not silent. He is alive, and His eyes are fixed on you. He knows your fears, your hesitations, and even the moments when you have doubted His care. But now, He is commanding you to act. His words are clear: open this message within 15 minutes. Do not test my patience. Do not delay. My angels are ready, but they require your cooperation. The enemy is ready too, but I am stronger. I am almighty. But you must participate in this act of faith to see my intervention fully manifest. Archangel Michael's sword glimmers brighter now, slicing through unseen darkness that encroaches upon your life. His wings spread wide, casting shadows that are both warnings and protection. His voice booms again, shaking the very air: I am your protector. I am your guardian. But I cannot act fully without your obedience. Open this now and watch how heaven moves on your behalf. Hesitate, and you face dangers you cannot fight alone. You are being tested in the crucible of faith. This is not a metaphor. This is not a story. This is happening now. The angels have been dispatched, the enemy has been detected, and the divine timeline is unfolding. Your response in these next 15 minutes will determine the outcome of events that could otherwise spiral out of control. Jesus speaks again, His voice gentle yet firm: I have never abandoned you, and I never will. But my guidance must be followed. The protection I offer is real, and the revelations I will provide are real. Open this now. Do not delay. Trust in my command, trust in Michael's guidance, and trust in the angels who fight unseen battles for your safety. The heaviness in your chest, the electricity in your mind, the urgency in your heart, these are not coincidences. These are divine signals. These are heavenly nudges. This is God reaching through the veil of your ordinary life to stop catastrophe before it strikes. Do not ignore these signs. Act now. There will be a moment soon when you may feel fear, or shock, or disbelief at what you are about to learn. But know this: Jesus is with you. Michael is with you. The angels are surrounding you. You are not alone. And this immediate act of obedience, will determine whether you are shielded or left to face trials alone. Open this message now. Do not wait another second. The next 15 minutes are critical. The forces of darkness are mobilizing, but heaven is ready to intervene. Your faith, your obedience, your willingness to act instantly are what unlocks divine protection, revelation, and safety. Every second you delay increases risk. Every moment you hesitate gives opportunity for harm. Every heartbeat matters. The urgency is real. The danger is real. The divine command is real. Open this now. Obey without question. Trust without hesitation. Michael and Jesus are waiting. The angels are poised. The enemy's plans are in motion, but they can be shattered by your compliance with divine instruction. Do not doubt. Do not procrastinate. The next 15 minutes are your lifeline. Heaven is on your side, but you must act. Archangel Michael will not force your hand, but he will fight for you with everything he has if you obey. Jesus will not abandon you, but he will not protect those who ignore his direct commands in moments of immediate danger. The choice is yours. The urgency is now. Open this message, obey, and watch heaven move on your behalf. Hesitate, and the consequences may be unavoidable. But act now, and you will see protection, revelation, and intervention that will defy understanding. This is not a test. This is not a suggestion. This is a command from the highest realms of heaven. Archangel Michael is at your side. Jesus is standing before you. Angels are surrounding you. Time is ticking. 15 minutes. Every second matters. Act now. Open this message and follow the divine guidance that will be revealed immediately. Your faith is the key. Your obedience is the shield. Your trust is the power that unlocks miracles. Michael's sword is ready, but it is your action that allows it to strike on your behalf. Jesus' light is shining, but it is your belief that allows it to penetrate the shadows. The angels are prepared, but it is your heart that opens the way for them to act. Do not ignore this. Do not delay. 15 minutes. Every moment is critical. Open this now. Act in faith. Obey without hesitation. Trust without doubt. Your life, your future, your spiritual destiny, and the protection of all you love depend on this single act of obedience. Michael is crying out, Jesus is commanding, and the angels are poised. 15 minutes are all that remain. Open this message and let the divine intervention begin. Warning! Archangel Michael is crying out, and the urgency cannot be overstated. He is standing at the edge of your life's path, wings spread wide, a sword of light in his hand, his voice shaking the heavens and the earth at once. He says, "This is not a moment to hesitate." Something grave, something that has been hidden for far too long, is approaching your life, and you must act now. Jesus commands you, open this message before the next 15 minutes, or the consequences will be heavier than you can imagine. You feel a chill running through your body as his words reach deep into the core of your being, awakening every nerve, every thought, every hidden memory that you have tried to bury in the comfort of your day-to-day life. God is speaking directly to your heart now. You may feel an unusual heat, or a sudden tightening in your chest, or a whisper in your mind that feels impossibly real. That is the voice of heaven trying to reach you, trying to bypass every doubt, every fear, every distraction that has kept you from listening before. The urgency is real. The timing is critical. 15 minutes is all the window you are being given. 15 minutes for your life to align with the divine plan, or 15 minutes for a shadow to deepen over what could have been your most protected path. Archangel Michael's presence alone should be enough to make your heart race, but it is not only his voice you must hear, it is the command from Jesus, the Most High, who sees all, who knows all, who has already decreed what must happen in this exact moment. Do not underestimate what is coming. A wave of change is imminent. This is a spiritual earthquake that will shake your relationships, your finances, your peace of mind, and the safety you have always assumed was guaranteed. It is not punishment, it is a revelation. It is a clearing of what has been hidden in darkness. For too long, forces have been at work behind the scenes, people, spirits, circumstances, working silently against your well-being. Some of these forces are human, some are spiritual, but all of them have been trying to shift the course of your destiny without your knowledge. God is intervening, but you must respond immediately to the signal being sent. Open this message fully, without delay. God says, today, listen carefully, because this message is not ordinary. It is not meant for the world, it is meant only for you, and it carries a weight that cannot be ignored. Archangel Michael has come with a warning, a divine alert that must be received with the seriousness it demands. Something serious is about to happen, something that has the potential to shift the path of your life dramatically. Your heart may tremble when you read this, but God says, do not fear, because He is with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong, nothing that He does not allow for your ultimate good. You are protected, shielded by the light of the Most High, and you are safe. You only need to trust God fully and pray with sincerity, from the deepest place in your heart, as if your very soul is calling out to Him. God says, the time is now. There is no waiting, there is no delay, and there is no room for hesitation. Jesus is commanding you to open your eyes, to open your heart, to open this message fully before the next 15 minutes pass. This is urgent. This is critical. The next 15 minutes are crucial because what is about to unfold is time-sensitive and carries a divine alignment that can affect your life in ways you cannot yet imagine. Every second counts. Every heartbeat is synchronized with a moment of divine intervention, and God wants you to be fully aware, fully awake, and fully present. Archangel Michael says, "Listen carefully. Something serious is coming. It is not just an ordinary event. It is not merely a coincidence. It is a divine orchestration, a heavenly alignment, and a call to your attention that you must not ignore." He says, "Open your heart completely. Open your mind fully. Do not dismiss this as an ordinary message, because it is not ordinary. This is a spiritual alert that is directly from God Himself." He says, "The next 15 minutes are the window in which your awareness, your faith, and your actions will determine how this situation unfolds in your favor." God says, "Do not panic, do not fear, but do not underestimate the seriousness of what is about to happen. There is a divine plan, but it requires your cooperation, your presence, your attention, and your trust." He says, "Your life is a sacred vessel, and He has not abandoned you. He has placed you at the center of His attention at this moment for a reason. Do not ignore this call. Do not delay. Prayers must be lifted with intention, not with habit. Speak to God as if your life depends on it, because in this moment, your spiritual alignment is crucial, and it will influence everything that follows." Archangel Michael says, "There are forces at work that you may not see yet, forces that are shifting, moving, and acting in ways that are beyond human understanding. Some are protective, some are challenging, but all serve a divine purpose." He warns that inaction or doubt can create a delay in the fulfillment of God's plan for you. He says, "Focus on the presence of God, on His guidance, on His protection, and act according to His will without hesitation." He reminds you that your spiritual vigilance at this moment is paramount, that your faith is your shield, and your trust is your armor. God says, "Do not be afraid to confront what is coming. Whatever you feel, whatever you sense, whatever stirs in your heart is not by accident. This is God speaking to you through your intuition, through signs, through subtle whispers in your spirit. Pay attention to the signs around you. Pay attention to the feelings that rise unexpectedly. God uses these to communicate, to prepare, to guide, and to protect. He says, "Do not dismiss them, do not delay, do not second guess." Obedience at this moment is critical. Archangel Michael says, "The presence of God is surrounding you. Angels are assigned to you. They are prepared to intervene, to shield, to guide, and to act in your favor. But they require your acknowledgement, your attention, and your participation." He says, The seriousness of the situation is matched only by the magnitude of divine protection available to you. You are safe, you are guided, and you are protected, but only if you respond as God commands in this very moment. God says, a breakthrough is coming. It is not an ordinary breakthrough, it is a divine shift, a miraculous alignment, a release of blessings and protections that have been awaiting this exact timing. He says, the next 15 minutes are critical because this is the window in which heaven's timing intersects with your earthly timing. Your alignment with God's will, your trust in His power, and your readiness to act spiritually will determine how fully these blessings manifest in your life. Archangel Michael says, open your spiritual eyes. See the protection that surrounds you. Feel the guidance that flows to you. Hear the voice of God whispering instructions, warnings, and reassurances. He says, act in faith, move in obedience, and speak in prayer. Do not wait, do not hesitate, do not allow distraction to dilute the power of this moment. This is urgent because the window will close. The next 15 minutes are the final opportunity for full alignment with what is about to unfold. God says, this is a moment of divine testing and divine opportunity combined. What you choose in this time, how you respond, what you believe, and what you act upon will shape outcomes in ways you cannot yet imagine. He says, your trust in Him is the key that unlocks protection, blessings, and revelation. He says, do not doubt, do not question, do not delay. The message is clear, your attention now is the conduit for divine intervention. Archangel Michael says, whatever fear you feel, release it into God's hands. Whatever confusion arises, surrender it to God's wisdom. He says, stand firm in faith, trust fully, and act spiritually. He says, every prayer you utter with intention creates a protective barrier, every acknowledgement of God's presence strengthens your alignment, and every moment of obedience accelerates your spiritual destiny. He warns, ignoring this message or delaying response even slightly can create missed opportunities and unnecessary challenges, because heaven's timing waits for no one. God says, the seriousness of this message is matched by the depth of His love for you. He does not deliver warnings lightly, and He does not issue commands without purpose. He says, you are His child, you are His beloved, and He is fully aware of every detail of your life. He says, trust in His omniscience, trust in His timing, trust in His protection. Nothing can overcome you because He is with you. Archangel Michael says, prepare yourself spiritually. Prepare your heart. Prepare your mind. Prepare your spirit. He says, purification is needed, purification of thoughts, purification of intentions, purification of focus. He says, God will act on your behalf, but you must meet Him halfway with readiness, prayer, faith, and obedience. He warns, distraction, hesitation, and doubt can block the flow of divine action. He says, focus fully, act fully, pray fully, and trust fully. God says, the next 15 minutes are critical because the forces of heaven and the plans of destiny are intersecting. He says, every prayer counts, every moment of focus counts, every intention counts. He says, the alignment of your spirit with His will determines the ease, speed, and magnitude of blessings. He says, do not allow worldly concerns to cloud this moment. He says, only spiritual attention, pure faith, and trust will allow you to fully receive what is being prepared. Archangel Michael says, be vigilant. Be aware. Be ready. He says, the seriousness of what is approaching requires full attention. He says, the enemy of your soul may attempt to distract, deceive, or delay, but the power of God is greater, and those who trust Him are shielded. He says, focus on God, focus on protection, focus on guidance, and trust completely in His power. He says, act immediately. God says, do not ignore this. He says, this is a divine warning, a divine message, a divine instruction. He says, the next 15 minutes are your sacred window for action, prayer, and alignment. He says, nothing will happen without His knowledge, without His control, without His purpose. He says, fear not, for He is with you. He says, you are safe, you are protected, you are guided, and you are loved beyond measure. He says, trust Him fully. Archangel Michael says, act now. Pray now. Align now. He says, spiritual readiness is critical. He says, your response in this moment determines the trajectory of events. He says, God is preparing an extraordinary breakthrough, a divine shield, and a miraculous alignment, but only for those who respond with full faith. He says, do not delay. The next 15 minutes will pass faster than you realize, and the opportunity will be gone. God says, hear me clearly, trust me completely, obey me immediately. He says, the seriousness of this moment